All right, you're ready to pull the trigger. You're ready to get testing. How do you start? What do you do first? Today I'm going to tell you. All right, so you've decided to implement your first unit tests. This is exciting. For instance, I've just added these ones to my project called Trove. It's a place where you can store all this information. I've got it hooked up to various things, and it's great. I love this app. And so I've got this navigation test that I just added. I'm excited about it. I'm going to run it. And we're going to build, and it builds quickly, and then it's attaching, and it's going to take a minute. And that's all right. You wait, and you wait. But you don't like this. And the reason we have this is if we go into our app. So we go Trove, App, Swift. Every time I run the tests, it starts the whole app. And so it's going to go through this app delegate process. So we can see that by doing out this printout. So I'm going to print out our the function. And we can see this when we go back to run the tests. We're going to open up this bottom here. And you're going to see every time we run the tests, it's going to build and run the entire application, which means everything done in the app delegate. So like I've got Firebase here, which is a Google platform support thing. And I've got an appearance I apply. I've got these tips that I do. I have this review handler so I'm doing all this work every time I start the app. And now every time I run the tests, it's also doing that work. And so what we want when we run our tests is a way to only do the tests that we want. We only want to test the little chunks of code at a time. We don't want to run the entire app. And so this is our first step. This is a step that we should always do whenever we implement unit tests, is isolate our tests so that only those single blocks of work are being done. And I'm going to show you how to do that right now. All right. To fix this, what we need to do is create an app that we only execute when we're running tests. So we're going to create another test, another app, just right here. We'll call it struct TestApp. And it's going to be an app. And we're going to do the body, some scene. And we're going to do, just like here below, we're just going to copy. We're going to do a window group with content text. Running unit tests. Right. Real simple. Okay. And we only want to execute this when we are running tests. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create this AppLauncher struct. So I've created it right here. Real simple. It has a main function, and that looks for whether we have XCTestCase running. And if it does, we're going to run if it doesn't have it, we're going to run the Trove app. But if it does have it, that's when we run our test app. Now, for this to work, we need to take the annotation of main off of our main app and put it onto our app launcher. And what that does, that tells Swift to run the main function off of our app launcher and not off of the Trove app or the test app. And then these ones will return the calling of their main app. So now if we run our unit tests, we can look down here and we will see that our app delegate is no longer going to be called. Not only that, but you'll get a nice visual indication here where it will say running unit tests. And down here below, we're not calling our app delegate. That means we're not firing up Firebase. We're not looking and configuring the tips that we have. We're not doing the review handling stuff. We are just running that snippet of code. And this vastly improves how you are testing because it removes all the other stuff that you're not really looking to test. You're not testing those things, so you don't need to do it. I hope you're finding this interesting and helpful. If you are, please take a moment to like and subscribe. Why go through this effort? Isolation. You want your code to be isolated. This allows you to inject whatever you want into the code so that you can test just what you're looking to test. It allows you to control lifecycle events so that you want the app to appear to happen. Well, you can trigger that now manually. It also allows you to only run the specific pieces at a time, every time, which drastically speeds up your tests. And that will encourage you to want to keep doing it because you're not waiting 10 minutes for it to do all the warm up and all the starting and all the other stuff that you're going to end up doing. You know, later you add location services or you add more messaging things. You're not going to be waiting for these things to fire up and connect to the servers and worry about them breaking or crashing. No, you're just testing whether the function that you think should return a 3 returns a 3. And that will make you a happy person as you go through the red-green cycles of unit testing.